A Norfolk MP with a new job in Boris Johnson's government has reportedly said a no-deal Brexit would be a disaster for this country. George Freeman is MP for Mid-Norfolk. He's become a transport minister. However, a short while ago, he told me these comments made on a political podcast haven't been correctly quoted.
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm 100% behind the government's position. We have to leave the EU. We have to respect the referendum result. I'm afraid I've been quoted out of context, and I totally support the Prime Minister. If the European Union will not negotiate, then, as it says in Article 50, we will have to leave without a deal. And I think unless we're really serious about that, we're very unlikely to get the negotiation that we need. This has gone on for too long. We have to break out of this cycle, make a decision, get on with it. And I'm confident that with that resolve, we will actually find a sensible arrangement for an orderly departure from the EU. So, in your view, you're going along with what the Prime Minister and his government are saying currently, which is you've got to have that threat there, you've got to have the iron fist in the velvet glove, otherwise the Europeans will never give us a deal. That's correct, and I supported that position with Theresa May. I regret, very sadly, that she was unable to negotiate something satisfactory, and I'm supporting Boris Johnson in having another go. And I think the British public have had enough of this, going on and on and on. It's sort of tumble-dryer politics, 3 years and no progress. We have got to get on, and I support the Prime Minister in making very clear that, as it says in Article 50, if we can't agree, we leave without a deal at the end of October. It is not ideal at all, but I think that that realistic threat will bring a number of countries, particularly Ireland and Germany and Holland and others in Europe, to pick up the phone to the Commission and say, come on, we need to negotiate here and get something sensible. Nobody really wants a no deal, but I think the Prime Minister's right to show resolve and say, look, do not think that the risk of that is going to stop us leaving. It won't. Aren't we already seeing, though, the effects of this uncertainty in terms of the economy? The quarterly figures are out today, and minus growth, 0.2%. They're taking fright, aren't they? Well, if you look below the headlines at those numbers, I mean, they're not good, obviously, but something very strange has gone on. A lot of companies stockpiled, anticipating the March 29th no-deal departure, and then they've got rid of their stocks in the last quarter, and that has affected the national figures. But you're dead right. The economy, unless we can provide investors with some degree of certainty that they can invest on the back of, then investment will slow up. And we've got to provide that certainty. This ongoing uncertainty, will they, won't they, are they going to leave, is damaging everybody. We've got to end it, and I support the Prime Minister in making sure that we are ready to leave, deal or no deal, and in order to be clear with the European Union that we want them to negotiate, we're prepared to negotiate, and we need them to be too.